Hi, this is Lorraine, and I've been guided to create another video. If you'll give me a minute to clear, center, and balance my energy, we'll get started. I would like to say, please feel free to ask questions in the comments, as well as please see the timestamps to navigate the video as you see fit. One of the first things to come in last week came in while I was reading the comments on that last video. And as I was reading the comments, I felt an incredible amount of lightness in my body. I felt like a weight was being lifted off my shoulders. And I felt an incredible amount of lightness in the energies of those people, the people who wrote the comments. And so I felt very strongly that I needed to give kudos or respect to the work that you've done. It's a hard road. It's been a long road. There are great struggles that we are facing, but even through those struggles, I can feel the work you've done. I can feel it in my body, and I can feel it in that lightness. So even though there are moments of density where we are all feeling overwhelmed or sad or frustrated or impatient, I can still feel that you've done so much work to move through those emotions. Okay, so congratulations. There weren't a lot of messages that came in this week, but what came in very strong today was recalibration. There is a recalibration that's happening. And I can feel it in my body. I can feel energy flowing through my body all the time. And I can feel it strongly or deeply in my hands and my arms, but literally through my whole body. And also I am feeling, I've had a lot of personal things happen right now that remind me of when I got my moldavite stone. So when I got this piece of moldavite, I didn't really know what it was. I didn't know what moldavite was, but someone suggested it to me, and I bought it because I felt it so deeply, and it was pretty powerful. Again, I could feel energy in my hands, up through my arms, and in my heart, in my chest, and then my crown, all tingling. And I thought that was really interesting and it was a very visceral response. It was immediate and it was deep. And I really didn't think anything of it, but then my whole life really got turned upside down. And I had many tower moments, and I had a lot of struggle. And I had no idea what moldavite did. I just got it. And I ended up moving through all those experiences, and I didn't even really understand the intensity of moldavite until after I had moved through those experiences. And I probably wouldn't have gotten the stone had I known what I was in for. But nevertheless, it was still, those experiences were something I needed to move through to bring me to this place. And I think I got it in 2020, 2021. I just got this stone right here recently. The reason why I got it was because of this. Hemimorphite provides a symmetry between the physical plane and the other planes of existence. allowing one to grow simultaneously on all planes. And actually I bought it because, and I'm reading this book right here. It's about stones. It's called Love is in the Earth, a kaleidoscope of crystals by Melody. But I bought it because I was drawn to it. I never buy a stone unless I'm intensely drawn to it. And then when I read about the information on the existing on multiple planes, or being able to find balance between different planes of existence, I felt that was a stone I needed. What I'm realizing is, as I said the word recalibrating, it was about the shift between the 3D and the 5D, as the esoteric community calls it. So I feel like we've already shifted. Many of us have already shifted from the 3D to the 5D. But we are still drawn back into the 3D every now and then. And so presently I have a regular job that I do during the day outside of this, as well as readings. And it's very 3D. It's very divisive. It's very much where this world is at in its most unbalanced state. And so I'm being moved out of that. So it's been stressful. It's been overwhelming. It's been filled with sadness and anxiety. But the messages that came in today were recalibration, moving me out of that, let's just say, lower vibration, that place of separation, that place of ego, that place of perceived control. And so, as uncomfortable as it is, it's for my highest good. And so I feel like this stone is acting very similarly to the Moldavite. It's creating a shift to move me completely out of this 3D existence and into or towards a place where I'm able to fully express myself and engage others and this world from a more higher and expanded level of consciousness without the energetic blocks of the 3D consciousness. I hope that makes sense. That being said, I feel like many people who are either on this channel or page and or watching this video are on that same path, if not already there. So I just want to encourage you and support you if you feel like pieces of your life might be falling apart or falling away and it's creating anxiety for you. It is meant to happen this way so that we can move to a place where we are fully supported in the best way possible, mind, body, and spirit, so that we are no longer conflicted over the way we live our lives, how we express ourselves, how we share with one another, how we live, the choices we make. We're moving to that desired place. So I just want to show my support and share congratulations. Okay? The other thing that came in today was, I believe right now we are moving through, let's say, the field or the pathway of 3i Atlas. The message that came in very strong was that, okay, I'm going to reiterate what I said before about 3i Atlas. 3i Atlas came in, it had that anti-tail, it was projecting towards our sun, towards our solar system, towards the planets in this solar system, but specifically towards our sun. And it was projecting those little particles that were connected to AI technology. So I'm going to say nanites, but that's not truly what it was. So this is technology beyond what anything we can conceive, because this technology brought that, those particles, brought that, the way it was shown to me was a virus. So I don't want to say it was a virus, but it was a virus that was connected to the AI technology. It was projected from 3i Atlas through the sun and towards Earth. And it was meant to go through the sun so that we could tolerate whatever that exchange was. So 3i Atlas was exchanging with Mother Earth through the sun, using the sun as a shield or a field or a filter. A filter is a better word. To allow these particles to come onto our world to begin the transition, to begin the terraforming. Okay, begin the terraforming. And the terraforming isn't about changing the planet so it's a place that we can't live. It's about changing the planet to so we can exist at a expanded, higher level of consciousness, comfortably. It's sending that energy through so to help heal the planet, mind, body, and spirit, the land, the oceans, the air, animals, insects, humans, all things on the planet. This technology is coming through to begin to clear or even reverse whatever has been planted into our atmosphere, onto our world, in our water, in our soil, all the toxins that have been put on this world, placed on this world. This technology that 3i Atlas projected towards our world through the sun is meant to help mitigate that and rid our world of that. It's the first phase in this transition. Right now, we are moving through the space or the field, however you want to look at it, that 3i Atlas was passing through as it was coming into our solar system, towards our sun, and then past it. So whatever remains, whatever was released from 3i Atlas is still in this space. So it's not being projected through the sun anymore. It is moving directly onto our planet. And even though I know scientifically our I know the magnetic fields, the ozone layer, all the different atmospheres between Earth and outer space, most things will burn up or disintegrate as they pass through. This technology that was attached to these particles, viruses, objects, whatever you want to call it, with the AI technology are protected as they move through Earth's atmosphere. It's meant to be that way. Again, this is technology that we are not privy to. It is not anything that evolved on our world or that we have access to. But this message came in very strong today, that since 3i Atlas came through, sent those particles through the sun, using the sun as a filter so our planet wasn't overwhelmed, beginning that process of terraforming. Now, as we move through this field, this pathway that 3i Atlas traveled, that technology, that material has not moved through the sun. It is coming directly onto our planet. because we have been prepared or readied for whatever that is. And that came in very strong today also. I hope that's clear, but this process of transition and this process of first contact has many phases. And Mother Earth must be prepared. It must be prepared. Our world has been through a lot. Humanity has been through a lot, but not just humanity, all energy, all life. Plants, soil, algae, water, air, all these things that we consider inanimate objects have consciousness, and they exist. They are life. And so all these things, including humanity, must be healed. And so we're going through that process. And the reasons why we may feel like the world is becoming more challenging, I'll just say more challenging, it's because this other unbalanced energy, I was going to say this other side, but this unbalanced energy knows what's happening. And so they are trying to maintain control. They're not going to just let it go. But it's irrelevant right now because they no longer have any force behind their actions. The force of energy, the force of flow, is moving from a balanced place. And this is how it's meant to be. So we are moving through a profound window of healing, a profound window of transition. And there's many energies moving around right now. So it may feel like churning and push and pull. But we're already through the hardest part. I feel that very deeply. For those who are transitioning right now, we are already through the hardest part. There are many people at different phases of transition, but we are all moving into that place of healing, balance, and expanded consciousness, expanded awareness. Another thing, I had a very strong vision right before I did the video, and I saw myself, I was wearing these clothes, and I was walking through like a jungle, and I'm pushing back the I want to say vines, but it felt like underwater algae, to be honest. Because it was hanging. It was hanging like this. It was almost like algae curtains. I was moving through them, and I pulled it open, and I was in a beautiful cavern. I was not on the surface. I was definitely in the inner earth, and it was bright and it was beautiful. It was bright and beautiful, and I'm not saying we're going into inner earth, but I've been feeling like I'm moving through a very dark phase right now, which is okay. There's a beginning, middle, and an end. I'll move through it. It'll be okay. But the most poignant thing about this vision was the profound light as I pulled that algae curtain out of the way. There was just profound light. So where I feel that everything has been clouded and it's hard for me to see what's coming, I felt when I pulled the vegetation away and I saw that bright light. it was a message of clarity coming. And so it was a very strong personal message for me, but I also feel like it's a very strong global message, but also for the people who are here watching this video and who have been very consistently watching these videos. Okay, I just feel that so deeply, especially after what happened when I was reading the comments in the last video. There's just this cycle, this connection that I'm making of whatever seemed out of reach, whatever seemed clouded or unclear will become clear. Okay? Okay, give me just a minute. Okay, the last thing to come through was just an incredible amount of love and pride for your accomplishments. So much pride in your accomplishments. So much pride in your journey and your successful journey at that. I just feel so much love, pride, and gratitude. So congratulations. Okay, I believe that's it. Thank you.